Guys,
Hello.
it's Monday.
It is.
What, over 5,000 players for Voxels?
5.1 thousand, yeah.
Yeah, Lee wins, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be busy, quite a busy week. I know you're going to be doing a lot of patch note stuff, a lot of bug fixing, things that I don't understand. Lee's going to be working on getting feedback for Voxels and doing rule loop stuff, and I'm going to be working on the next DLC for Voxels, which is going to be PC World. So I'm going to do a lot of research on how. I'm going to do a lot of research on how PCs work. 'Cause I've got absolutely no idea. So here we go.
Yeah, so it's the first working day after Coloring Voxels has come out. So like I was doing a bit of work on the weekend to fix some a lot of the immediate issues that we had, like the Spanish localization actually being Russian and stuff like that. 'Cause stuff like that's really gonna annoy people. But yeah, basically we spent the past a couple of days, and Lee's been going through the reviews today, going through and adding all of the suggestions that people have had for the game. Reasons why people have been leaving negative reviews, things like that. Basically tasking them up and basically just making a list of things that we can address. And yeah, I've just been getting together, moving a lot of these tasks over, getting a lot of the the simpler things done and dusted today. Just to essentially we want to focus stuff that, how do I describe it? We want it to look like we're doing loads of stuff. So we managed to come together with lots of features that we managed to fix just in one day. Sadly, a lot of the things that people are leaving negative reviews for will take a little bit longer, but fingers crossed they can see from this post and the amount of stuff that we've managed to change, that we are working on it, and we'll be able to get the game really good.
Okay, so while the guys are busy making a lot of bug fixes for the game, I thought I would try to get a head start on doing the PC world for the next DLC of Coloring Voxels. It's coming along pretty well. I was trying to debate the sort of scale that I wanted to go for this world. I didn't want to make it too small, but considering it's a PC, it was quite hard to determine how much detail I wanted to pack into it. And I think I've got a pretty good size. This is the motherboard, as you can see here. I'm not entirely, I'm not great at the knowledge of what goes on inside of a PC, so it's taking a lot of research. Most of the time, working on this world is just doing the research of what goes into it, but I've gotten pretty close. I'm actually really happy with this design. So far, we've got the motherboard broken into two, as it's quite a large level if it was just one, and we've got the CPU here in the middle, and now I'm doing the RAM. I've just realised as well, though, that a lot of sort of RAM displays have sort of RGB built into it, and I thought that would be a really cool idea here. So you can see here, I'm leaving a little slit at the top here, and I'm going to stick some RGB colours in there once I'm done. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with this, and I'm just building out the entirety of the inside, and once that's all done, I'll build the actual chassis around it, and we'll see how big it gets. Okay, so I'm continuing the work on the computer DLC for Voxels, and it's going really well. And I think last time I showed you guys, it was just on the, I was only up to the circuit board essentially, but I've done a lot more work on the sort of CPU fans and the sort of cooling sort of stuff that goes on in the middle here. And it's looking pretty good, but more importantly, I've actually been working on the chassis of the actual PC, and it's coming along pretty well. It's actually quite hard to do, a lot more complicated than I thought it was. I was expecting it to be a white box, but there's a lot more that goes into it apparently that I didn't realise, but overall I'm really enjoying the process. As you can see here, I've done, I'm building it in sections. I was originally going to build the chassis as one level, but I don't think I'll have enough levels if I just do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to split the chassis up into multiple parts. So we've got the back vent here. That's the wrong bit. Where is it? There it is. This bit here. That sort of cases the sort of circuit board at the back here. That bit's done now. Look, I keep clicking the wrong one. Where is it? There we go. And we've got the vent section here that also feeds the sort of wiring into the circuit board, or the motherboard, sorry. We've got that here. And now we're working on the sort of front area, which is going to be sort of like the primary fans for the PC. So once that's done, there's only really the sort of the glass panel here to go, and the little bit at the bottom here that cases the GPU. So there's not too much more to go, but I think it won't take much longer than another day or two perhaps, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the past couple of days have been rather busy trying to get on top of all the Voxels stuff, so apologies for no updates for that. But today, in terms of for Voxels, I have sent off the first of the DLC store pages. That's sent off to Steam, hopefully to get reviewed in time for next week, because it's meant to be coming out on Friday next week. So that's been sent off to try and get that turnaround going. And as you say, we're working on Loop as well, so I'm off for the rest of the week, which means we need to get the achievements and the announcements, everything ready. So yeah, those have all been created and uploaded. They still need testing. Hopefully Kai can check those out for the levels I can't check. And as well as that, with some fixing to do for some of the old achievement names as well, because the consistency of the actual names started to change halfway through, so I fixed that as well. And as you see there, the announcements have been scheduled to go out on Friday as well. So all that's wrapped up. I'm going to try and get the vlog done for the rest of the day, and I still need to try and localise the achievements for Coloring Voxels as well, but that's a bit of a slow task. We'll see how far we can get.
Yeah, so another very, very busy day today. These are the patch notes I managed to pull together. A fair few new features, a lot of them tackling the sort of like difficulty that people have been leaving negative reviews about. So limiting the colour palette to the selected layer you're on. You can turn that off now so you can see the entire world's list of colours, which makes it a lot more harder. And removing completed colours from the palette, which sort of it auto selects the next colour and stuff like that. So being able to turn that off is going to make things a lot harder as well. So fingers crossed this will really help our reviews, because they're not great, but they're a bit better today. And yeah, I guess I'll crack on with another patch in the next couple of days. Lee's off though, so I'm probably going to focus on some larger hitting issues and not sort of like the smaller settings and stuff that are relatively easy to get in.
Okay, so fun fact, it's actually my birthday today, so we're going to do a little birthday update on the voxel world. I'm only saying that so Lee can put in the Dwight gif of him saying it is your birthday. I'll be upset if he doesn't. But the PC is actually coming along really well for this new world. I'm getting into the nitty-gritty of it now. I've been working a lot on the actual chassis of the actual PC, trying to get in all the bulk stuff that'll make up the actual shape of the PC. But as for now, I've took a little break and I'm going in and I'm sort of trying to wire things up. Like I said, I'm not very technical when it comes to PCs, so I am trying to do a lot of research, and I think I've gotten everything pretty right so far. I've only plugged a few things in, which is the front-facing fans here, as well as the USB 3s and the power button. And I think these are all attached to the right place. I did make the motherboard quite detailed, so I was able to actually have the luxury of being able to plug them in the actual correct places as well. So it's looking really cool so far, and I'm really actually enjoying this. Hopefully I can get the bulk of it done today in terms of actually the wires and stuff. So that's been definitely the most tedious part, but after that, it's a simple case of putting in the big power block, the GPU, and then just wrapping it up all in a nice little present of the actual overall case here. So it shouldn't take too much longer, fingers crossed.
1 week later.
Okay, so the PC world is done. This is the first DLC for Voxels, and it's probably, honestly, this is probably the one I'm most proud of. Actually, I think I actually did pretty well. It's quite rare that I pat myself on the back, but considering I don't know anything about the inner workings of the PC, I hope I've gotten this right. Lee's going to be doing some QA tomorrow on everything that's inside, so hopefully he'll be able to tell me if there's anything wrong. You can see here's a few weird colours in here, such as the pink fans and the pink RAM sort of gaps here. That's where the RGB shade will be applied, so we've got some nice RGB effects in the middle here. Do a quick tour, we can see around, we've got all the ports in there. We've got the battery built into the back here, so if we quickly have a look at the back panel. Obviously there's the inner panel as well, that helps feed the wires around. If we look at the back plate, we can see here the battery that feeds the wire to the bottom here. And it all links up, everything's attached to the motherboard. I think it's wired correctly, fingers crossed. We'll find out tomorrow when Lee QAs it. So as for now, I'm going to jump over and start working on all the shaders and all of the particle effects that need to go inside of it. I haven't really got any idea what I want to do for the computer one. It's quite hard. You don't really expect to see particle effects inside a PC. And I've got some ideas of doing some wind going through these sort of fans here. And I think I may stick with that. Keep it subtle, but add a nice little effect to it by the end.
So I haven't been in most of the week, but the last part of the week I was just finishing up the computer DLC stuff. So I finished QA testing all the levels. You can see them here on the main menu. Everything's pretty good. There was a few minor issues to push back, but since Jack isn't in at the end of the week here, I've gone ahead and fixed them myself in Editor, which was a bit scary because I've never done it before, but I managed it all right. And then other than that, I spent a lot of time going through all the reviews. So every single review, positive, negative, any language as well, I've gone through and replied to them all as well. Just to, again, just hopefully change some of those negatives into positives, and also take on any feedback and let people know that we appreciate their reviews. So yeah, big tasks, all Coloring Voxels related, but it's all done and ready for the DLC coming out. Lee, it's Friday, I think?
Friday!
you were left alone, so we're recording this the following week. But
So we made it to the end of the week of Coloring Voxels. So the DLC is out now. Make sure you check out the computer DLC. It's the first one for Voxels. It's pretty good. Have a look. And now we're going into September, so have a look for the next all the DLCs. We have a Coloring Pixels DLC. We have a Coloring Voxels DLC. We have a Hexseed DLC. Got lots of DLC. As always, thanks for watching. Getting the end of the video. Thanks to all our patrons, everyone who stops by all the streams, and yeah, thank you very much.